And
Break my soul. You won't break my soul. You won't break my soul. I'm telling everybody.
hello, and welcome back to the Madeherselfaboss podcast, where we discuss mastering mindsets and methods to making more money. Of course, should already know who we are by now, but in case you don't, my name is Bree.
And I am Shy, and we're so excited that you're here. This week is all about getting a checkup. No, not for the doctors, but for your business. And before we keep going about it, we always keep forgetting this. Like and subscribe to our channel, whether you're listening to this on Apple, YouTube, all of the different places. Like and subscribe so that we can keep the conversation and friendship going.
Of course, make sure that you keep on coming back. So say that our bodies are just not working how we wanted to. We just feel like, something's off. It's not performing how it should, right? So, we get our checkups. We go to the doctor. We say, Doc, run all your little diagnostics
Get me right
on my body, the blood work, the test, look at my ear, do all do all that stuff, right? Because you know that your body is something that you just need to work. You want to have expectations for how it's going to work. And you do these things to check up on it, make sure that everything's in working order. And if something is not, it can be addressed. Now, slide that out your body for your business. Would you not want the same things for it? You want it to be working. You want to be able to have some expectations for how it's doing. And when it just doesn't feel right, or you're noticing some things may be hurting the business, you want to go get it checked out. You want it to be looked over and see what's going on with it to fix it.
So we want you to use this particular episode as your business checkup, learning all things business audits and why it's necessary and needed for you to have one, right? We're going to talk about it from all different perspectives and aspects, and you're going to take the one that works best for you and your business and go ahead and get your checkup, right? So what is a business audit at the end of the day, right? It's just a tool that is used to see what is going on, to read in between the lines of what you cannot see. All the time we are in our day-to-day of running our business, making sure it grows, making sure it's functioning. But sometimes we don't know what we don't know. Sometimes we're not aware when there's a gap. And sometimes we can stunt the growth when we're not able to have somebody else look between the small little lines, right? So there's different ways you can get your audits done, and we'll break them down towards, in this episode of all the systems of what you want your audit to be looking at. And even sometimes you can do a slight audit for yourself, right? So before we get into all of that, remember when we had a VIP lady where she was in the beauty industry, lashes, and she came to us for a VIP day. One of the things that you get with a VIP day is an audit. Right. You get a huge packet.
I mean, it's necessary.
That part.
It's a must. What are we doing if not seeing where your gaps are, what the issues actually are? Because you could think it's something, but it's actually something else. And an audit allows you to take a deep dig into it.
Yeah, it really does. And so she came to us, and a part of that is a deep dive audit. So we were able to see what her systems, what her marketing, what her sales, what's everything looking like, so that she can get to the goal that she desired for herself, which was, of course, more income in a specific amount of time. So yes, we were able to read in between the lines of what she did not see, and able to be able to create a plan that helped her achieve those goals in the time period that she allotted for it. So that is one of a reason of how we've done one for people. And we're going to also break down how you can do it for yourself, and why you do need to go get your business looked at so that you can excel at the goals you desire a little bit faster than you could on your own.
So let's quickly go over why it's so crucial. I mean, we gave that really good example about the doctor. We talked about the last time we helped someone and we started off with the business audit. But why is it so important? What can happen if someone doesn't audit their business and really go through each and every part and just continue on hoping for the best? What can happen if you don't do a business audit?
Well, please know the hope and pray method does not work. It helps just a little bit, but what it can do is stunts your growth, or has you in stuck or stagnation, whatever word you want to use, right? When you're not able to see what's going on, especially if you've been feeling a plateau in your business, or even if you're just trying to figure out how do I continue the growth, right? It allows you to be in a place of stuckness, which we don't want you to be in. And when you're in a place of stuckness, you're not growing. And we mean growing in all the ways, not just financially, but all the ways that you grow when you are an entrepreneur. So when you're able to have access to someone to audit and look in between the fine lines, they can see the key areas of improvement that you need, which goes into the next one, right?
Right.
Improvement and expansion. You want to be able to improve upon a lot of things in your business and be able to expand. If expansion is in your view area, then you want to be able to see what is necessary or what needs to be in place or what needs to be true to be able to grow.
Because you can't expand if your foundation is shaky, just like you can't build, a skyscraper on top of unsettled ground.
Yeah.
It needs to be solid. You need to know that it's going to work.
Yeah.
You need to know that it's reliable. And it's okay, because a lot of us have been through that, where your business is not at a point where it's stable. Like, maybe it works, it generates something, but is it stable? Is it ready for whatever?
Yeah.
Is it ready to weather the storm?
That part. Or will it break?
Or will it break and crumble?
Yeah.
And then you have to start all the way over. And we're giggling, but these are some real things when it comes to business. If you're really, really being serious, you're trying to take it from part-time to full-time, and your whole livelihood depends on it. These are some really, really important things.
You made me think about the visual that I'm sure you guys have heard before. Like, if you remember when Beyonce did the Black Parade, and she had a list of all these amazing entrepreneurs in different genres or industries. Like, imagine where you are in your business right now today. Imagine someone huge like Beyonce, or even Oprah, because Oprah has that effect as well, shouting your business out, saying how much they love your product or your service. And then the influx is going to come, because they have the influence to do so. Right now, where you stand in your business, will it break or will it grow? That is a key definer. No, you know what? I may need to refine back. Look at some things, because at any point in time, an influx can come. But where I am is my systems and my operations in place enough for me to be able to handle the capacity or handle the flow that is going to come my way, or will my business break? So that is another way to look at it when you're looking at the growth of your business, or being able to grow a little bit faster. Do I have the capacity?
I love that word.
Capacity to handle what's about to come through this pipeline very quickly. So that is another way. Another reason why our audit is so important is for you to be able to see what gaps exist. Because sometimes we're not aware. Sometimes we know. Right? Sometimes you know what, I do need to focus more on my sales and operation, right? Sometimes and sometimes we are not knowing of what those is. Another example is when I was at work, we had a whole professional look at our marketing systems, because we couldn't understand what was not producing, right? So when you have somebody able to, fresh pair of eyes, not biased, because it's your baby, right? Because you can be a little bit biased. It's yours. We get it.
Sensitive about
but
it.
Somebody else who is not biased, someone else with a fresh pair of eyes, can dig deeper and look and tell you, okay, this is what I see. This is what I suggest. This is what I think and believe you should do to get to this goal.
Right.
And it's an unbiased opinion where you could take your heart and emotion out of it, because I know you talked about that last episode, taking it out of it and really looking at the facts, being logical and seeing what is being put in front of you to make a plan to do better. So the gaps would be another reason.
I think that's a part that might be scary. So for a lot of you, this might be the first time you're hearing about business audit, because I'm going to be honest, until we started researching and learning things ourselves, I never heard of a business audit. It's either working or it's not working, or you might get some pieces of advice here and there, but having a system where it's going through each and every part, I'm wow. And I can see how that might be a little, I don't want to use the word intimidating, but a little scary, because because like you said, we do have our emotions in our business.
Yes, we do.
And I don't want to be told I'm doing something wrong. I don't want to be told that this ain't right. This is how I've been doing it. It's been working for me. But it's so necessary. I think that as business owners, just like we said in previous episodes, you want to be a forever student. The goal is always to get better, because being better means more money and better quality of service for your customers. Yeah. And so just taking our emotion out of it, being open to hearing some things, right?
Even if it hurts.
Even if it hurts, even if you're doing a self-assessment.
Yeah.
Yeah. it's a little scary. So get over that.
Mm-hmm. We got you. And it helps with growth, right? You know, all the time we talk about growth without grind, but a part of that growth is within yourself, because the growth within yourself catapults everything else in your business. So like she said, it may feel scary, but it's the growth that you want all the way around. Because it's always about who you become on the journey to whatever that is for you. So let's start, you know, peeling back the layers of who you're becoming in this moment as you're listening to this episode.
So like with all that being said, I think it's just important to know that it's so necessary to have a business audit, because it will assist and actually be crucial to strategic decision making.
Yeah.
You know, decisions need to be made for your business all the time. Episode back, I know we talked about dealing with the unknown, the pivots and things like that. So even going into that, like, how can you pivot? That's part of your research, really. But imagine if you have that part of it thought about already. And you're like, okay, I'm very aware of like where my weaknesses are in my business. And say something happens due to that weakness. I'm like, okay, I saw it coming. I saw it coming, or I see how this happened. I see how this fell through the cracks. So having done that audit allows you to even faster and more efficiently pivot when you need to, because unexpected things do happen, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with just that knowledge and preparation.
So you're just better off at making a decision with facts to back it up when you are able to have access to someone looking through the lens of your business. So with that being said, my good friend, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Hey girl, hey. So as you're watching this, we've just entered into the last quarter of the year.
Jeez.
Oh my goodness. So at this point, we really need to be thinking about what you're going to be doing next year. More importantly, to make sure that it does not look like it did this year. And here at Madeherselfaboss, we have the perfect thing for you. It is called Her New Year. It is a one-day workshop where we will be working through all the gaps, all the problems, all the things that you probably went through this year, getting that figured out to make sure that your next year is going to be amazing, that it's going to be a up level from the previous one.
Yes, like Bree said, this year cannot be another repeat. So get ready, get excited to come to our next workshop. It's going to be November 9th, and you're going to spend a cool half day with us as we help you get clear on your vision for next year, get confident about how you're going to execute it, and get excited because the new year is going to bring great, gracious things for you. So do us a favor, go ahead and enroll now. We'll be excited to get our hands on your business and help you prepare for your new year.
Because it's what? Your new year. And we're back from the break. Hope that we weren't blowing your mind too much talking about business audit. So I wanted us to go over, like, so what would you say, no, not what would you say, what are the key components of a business audit? Like, what are the things that must be looked into?
Okay, so I would say a couple of things, and none in no particular order. So like your finances, your marketing, your operations, your sales systems. And mind you, these are all systems. I would say your operations, and then your software. I know that's not a system per se, but it is something that helps you grow your business. And then last but not least, what makes you keep coming back, your customers, right? Your customer service systems. So I would say all of those are key areas that need to be audited. And let's talk through like some things that you can do before you are taking the time to invest in someone else to be able to read in between the lines for you. So for example, your finances. And this is, I think, is something that you may not know to do depending on where you are, but it is exciting for you to do, is reading your cash flow statements. I think auditing line by line where your money is coming from, where's it going. It help you be help you be a key steward, a better steward over your money. 2, help you understand the influx when cash is coming in. You ever heard somebody say, I'm making all this money, but I don't know where it's going.
Because you need to be keeping track about that. That's another thing. I'm going to keep pointing them out as I hear them. That's another thing. We have to put your emotions to the side. Because you know, we're so sensitive when we talk about money, even with what we are doing with our money, right? So you do some audits and you see, I've been spending way too much money on like XYZ.
And we do that our own personal, when we're looking at our bank statements, we're highlighting all the times we done been out to eat and all the fun, but then we're seeing the bill, we're like, ooh, okay, maybe I should, personal audit, right? But similar to that, you have to do that. That is the health part of your business. We talked about going to the doctors. This is a part of it for your business. Specifically, also your profit and loss statement. Do you know how to read it? And understanding, okay, every month by month, this is what's going on in my business. And even if you're just starting, I think it's healthy even to have a spreadsheet or whatever that is detailing what you're spending, what you're making, how, when you're subtracting it, how much are you actually profiting, understanding those basics, retaining that is going to help you prepare for understanding how to read your profit and loss statement line by line, every single item. And when you are big and, and your business is expanding, when you have a financial team, I am still in favor of knowing exactly what's going on with your finances. Don't let anybody else tell you what's going on, because people make human errors.
Right.
People make mistakes.
So you see it.
So you can be able to speak
check.
to it. Exactly. So you can speak to, okay, wait. This wasn't categories right? Like, wait a minute, hold up, back up. This ain't right. Because you need to be able to speak to it. And if you don't, you're relying on other people. And I think that's how mistakes happen. And when we hear about embezzlement, and I know that's a whole other thing, but the point is, know what's going on in your finances. And that is how you can do it. You can do it quarterly, monthly, weekly, if you're choosing to, just to retain the exercise of doing it. But that is how you can audit, read line by line, and know, okay, every month for my operations, this is being spent. For my sales and marketing, this is being spent. For client gifts, this is being spent. Like, to turn the lights on in my business, I know how much it takes, right? So those are important things that you can check in on a consistent basis to be able to audit for yourself financially,
right,
what's going on in your business.
Just from that alone, you can make some better decisions.
Yeah.
Like how much is it taking for me to run my business? You can see that the way that you have yourself pricing your services, you're not making anything.
Yeah, and that's good. And like you said, if you didn't do that, you would never know.
You would never know, because I think a lot of businesses, especially when they're in that beginner or maybe still towards the beginning stage, they're just thinking, how much did it cost for me to supply the service to that customer? But on a very basic surface level thing, they're thinking gas to get to them, maybe for Zoom to talk to them, like the basic stuff. But how much did it actually take for your business to run? Not just specifically for that customer, but just for your business to run. And that'll put so many things into perspective about how you should even be pricing your things, or maybe you need to cut something out or find a more affordable alternative for some of the things that you use to run your business.
Yeah, that's good.
So knowledge is power, and you get that when it comes to audit.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Another one, you can do marketing, right? Marketing, how you get found, is another big sector you can do. And you can even audit your marketing by your KPIs. What's working and what's not working. You put a freebie out, lead generation, right? How many people opt into it? Was it effective? Did it do what it needed to do, right? So I think even looking at your marketing, when you're out speaking or doing whatever, the leads that came from it, how did they come? Did a lot come? Like analyzing what's really going on and how is it actually helping your business. So I would say, yes, your KPIs is actually a great measuring tool. Key performance indicators, is a great tool for you to see what's really working and not working in your business. And if you don't take time to assess on a weekly and monthly basis, you're not knowing what's working out here in the marketplace. You're not really understanding how you're getting found. So you could put more efforts in those things and how you get found, whether it's through organic, free traffic, or even paid ads. If you don't know these numbers or understand what's going on, the effectiveness of it,
then you will never know.
You'll never know. So that is another way through marketing, your marketing systems, how you can even audit yourself on a weekly, monthly, quarterly basis to see what's working, what's moving the needle in your business for yourself. Yeah.
You know what I just thought about under marketing too? What if someone is not clear on what their customer needs to hear to, attract into the company, and all of your, freebies, say, you thought you was doing something, right? So you got freebie, you got like lead generators, all this other stuff, but the copy, the wording you're using is just like not attracting the client that you want. And audit also allows you to go back and look. We got to get out of our feelings, because I know we did it. I know it took time to put together, right? But we, imagine an audit allowing you to be like, oh, wow, this is all wrong. I need to restate this. I need to restructure this. This is not attracting who I want to serve. So audits go deep, super deep.
Yeah. And your messaging and marketing are like, So yes, and then your content, right? Because your content also plays a part in your marketing. Just looking at taking everything Bree just said and just digging deep, like, is what I'm putting out attracting the client that I get excited to serve? You know, if it's not, then you've got some changes to be made.
Yes.
And then that's something you can even effectively do. You know, Instagram, TikTok, all these places have analytics where you're able to see, you know, what posts, reels, short term, whatever the things are, how are they, how are they resonating? So that's a simple way you can do a personal marketing audit for your systems. And that I want to say Bree's favorite, the customer experience and the customer journey. I'll let Bree go on that one because that's her thing, girl.
Yes. So the customer journey, what is that? That is from the point where your client first even knows about your existence, all the way to the sale, to the service, to what happens after that, right? And we all know how very important it is to have that kind of mapped out, written down, bullet pointed, whatever works for your brain, the step of what you want them to go through. If something's not working, if there's a disconnect, if your potential customer is like falling off at some point, an audit will help you to figure out what that is. If you've gotten to the sale and the service, but then you never hear from them again, audit that and see what could be keeping them from being a returning customer. So, you know, it goes back to seeing what's being stated. Are you doing too many steps, too little steps? Are they getting an understanding of what you want? Are they following directions according to what's going to make it easier for you to do the service? Are you getting feedback? All those things, you know, and audit that, keep that up to date. Look at it every so once in a while. Like, I'm noticing the client's experience is just not what I want it to be. Like, it's okay, but it could be better. I'm trying to be above and beyond. What can I do in that total experience to improve the odds or put them where I want them to be? That's super important.
Yeah, that's good. And then another one is your operation systems, evaluating what's working and what's not working, your technology, a part of what Bree said, your workflow from beginning to end. Audit and see where the gaps may exist and see, like you said, where you can do a little bit better in your operations. And if for those out there who do have a team, your team's productivity, are they performing to the goals? Are you seeing the results of what they're doing? So you want to take back and audit what your team or contractors are doing, right? Because sometimes we hire contractors to do certain things, but what they did, was it effective? Did you see growth or did you see a return on investment? Which is another one. Did you see that return on the things that they were doing for your business?
Right.
And if you didn't, does it make sense to let them go or give them the feedback to do better, right? So those are all things in the different areas of your business that you can do yourself on a weekly, monthly, quarterly basis to see what's going on, and which helps you helps you with your business acumen, make better decisions, and to know what's going on in your business. So we encourage you to do some of those yourself so that you have a knowledge of what's going on in your business, and then do a deep dive throughout your entire business, especially if you have goals and growth goals by a certain date that you want to accomplish. Let somebody look at it so it can be tightened, and then you can go a little bit faster.
So as you can see, there's a lot to it, and we encourage you to do a business audit. I mean, I would say minimum once a year. There should be nothing dusty. It's like so old and so far along that you haven't looked at it, that things are like dusty and completely out of date. I would even say as often as every quarter, 3 times a year.
Yeah, the one you can do yourself, definitely do a quarterly review on what's going on in your business. Absolutely.
Yeah, like definitely. I won't even say just the more moving pieces you have, the more often you need to check up on it, because there's like things can fall through the cracks. Because we just want you to be efficient no matter what your system looks like. So minimum a year, 4 times a year is good.
And then just so you have a reference, we do a quarterly review of all of our things in our business. We have bi-monthly meetings. Weekly meetings every Mondays. So we have things that we're doing to check in on our business, and then we'll have somebody else do the overarching thing. So we can do it. You can do it too. Don't forget to do your journal prompts. These parts are really important so that they're helping you become the boss that you want to be and understand what's necessary you need to move the needle in your business. If you are desiring somebody to do your business audit to see what you can't see and help you with a roadmap to the success that you desire, you got the perfect team.
Hello. Like, look. What you doing?
So there will be the links below for you to do it, or you can go to growthwithoutgrind.com and you can schedule your audit so that we can help you be efficient with excellence in your business.
Okay. What's the kids doing these days?
Yeah, that whole thing. Did we just make ourselves sound old?
So hop on it. Thank you so much for enjoying the episode, this latest podcast episode. Again, make sure that you are hitting subscribe, follow, whatever you need to do on the platform that you are listening or watching us.
Yes.
And we will see you next time.
Bye.